Hello once again and welcome back to the channel. Hell Dominance, Anthony here. Please remember to like and subscribe and also click that notification bell if you enjoy what you see and if you want to continue seeing more. Coming up in this episode, I continue with the squads that have been announced for the Rugby League World Cup. 3 more for you today. 2 more years of Giants for Seb Ikahihifo. And a victory for Catalans as they have the go-ahead for stadium improvements. So we start with the Super League, as a few clubs have announced that they're going to be improving their stadia. As we see, Wakefield on social media have started their improvements. Castleford getting the finances and proposed plans are in for their redevelopment of the stadium. But there's also a third club that have come out and said that they have finally got some of the pieces in place so they can start redeveloping part of their stadium. And that's Catalans Dragons. Yes, over the last few days it came out that they have purchased the last piece of the puzzle, which makes them eligible to start reconstruction on one side of the stadium. So back in 2007, that bar stand away from us was completely, was completed after redevelopment, which pushed the Catalan Dragons' attendance to 13,180. And now, the Bernard Guasch stand on the right is set for its own redevelopment, after confirmation of the purchase was complete. Since then, the city of Perpignan voted in the municipal council to purchase the Rousset House on Rue Etienne Terrus. It has now total control of the land to launch the reconstruction of the Guasch stand in the Gilbert-Brutus stadium, claiming it's almost been 10 years by the Catalans to make this purchase complete. In an interview in Le Indépendant, apologies, I'm having one of those moments, Le Indépendant, this is an important step towards the construction of the new stand that we have been waiting for so long. This is a major sign of the Mayor of Perpignan's desire to move forward. The president of Catalans Dragons, Bernard Guasch, says, "The Municipal Council of Perpignan validated this Thursday, the 22nd of September 2020, the acquisition of the house located on the 21 Rue Etienne Terrus for the sum of €180,000, as assessed by the valuers. It has got to be one of the 2 properties just above where it says towards." Anyway, the place was a property of the Rousset family, emblematic of Haute-Vernay, very active in particular in the creation of the Foyer Quai. This residence, located behind the current Guasch stand of the Gilbert-Brutus Stadium, was the last plot not belonging to the city. From now on, the municipality has full control over the land necessary for reconstruction of this old grandstand, now framed by platforms. A new tool that the Catalans Dragons have been asking for almost 10 years. Above the comment is an old artist's impression of what the redevelopment could be, but in the comments, "We've been waiting for this moment for so long," recalls Bernard Guasch. "It absolutely needs this new stand to complete the Gilbert-Brutus Stadium. The project is designed, ready. It is constructed for 3,000 seats, equipped with private boxes that we still do not have. A box panoramic view and a space for veterans. It's simple. This year, 2022, on June the 1st, we no longer had any receptive to offer our potential new partners. Everything was sold. This new forum will allow us to boost our budget to consolidate our place in the top 4 of Super League and to bring the title that we so desire. And then, we must not forget to thank our supporters for 14 years, having been sitting on wooden benches in the Guasch stand. This seems like a final piece of the puzzle for Catalans as they hope to push on their income drive so that they can produce a wage budget which can either bring over the best players from the UK or down in the Southern Hemisphere, or to go on to produce further players with an academy. They are one of the teams that currently hold one of those licenses for the academy structure in the RFL. We'll have to see what they do with that. It now remains to complete the financing at this stage, but Guasch completed his comment in L'Independent with a bit of frustration. We have budgeted the plan for the future Guasch stand between 9 and 10 million euros almost 10 years ago now. Each year we had confirmation of the commitment of the region and the department to take charge of a third each. The last third being assumed by the city. Today, 10 years later, and with costs rising, it'll be more like 14 to 15 million euros. So now it's just about funding. If they can get the funding, they could start the reconstruction. And people have been commenting about the Catalan stadium before, and that it's not quite up to snuff. There is a potential that it can be now. We'll have to see how it goes. Hopefully that'll happen sooner rather than later. So, Huddersfield Giants have continued their preparations and continued their retention drive for 2023, as Sebastian Ikahihifo has signed a new 2-year contract with the club that will see him remain at the Giants until the end of 2025. The 31-year-old joined the club in 2019 and has made 2016 and has made 91 appearances for the Claret and Gold in 2 spells at the John Smith Stadium. Huddersfield Giants head coach Ian Watson said, "It is brilliant that Seb's staying with us for another 2 years. He's an excellent individual to have in the team. His tough and explosive style suits us perfectly. He leads by example and gets on with his job, which is a great attribute to have and is a great asset in the squad. His carries, his effort on and off the ball, his explosive running style are perfect for the kind of side we have. And, at his best, he can be one of the best front rowers in the competition. We're delighted to keep him at Huddersfield Giants for another 2 years." After an initial spell with Huddersfield Giants, Watson paired up with Ikahihifo after he went to Salford on loan. And he made such a big impression on Ian Watson that despite not taking him back in his first year as the new Huddersfield Giants coach, he took the big forward back in the second year. And he has been a part of the squad ever since, leading to this new contract. He played 2 seasons at Salford and amassed 30 games for the club, but didn't actually get over the try line. Overall for Huddersfield Giants, he has made over 80 appearances for the club since 2016, with that 2-year spell in 2020 and 2021. The former New Zealand Warriors player said in the acceptance of this contract, "I am delighted to renew my contract with Huddersfield Giants. We've achieved a lot in 2022, but the expectation from this group is to deliver consistently and be reaching finals and win trophies consistently. And I'd like to help make that happen. We have an excellent team and an excellent coaching staff, so all things are looking up for us to continue to move in the right direction. So already this season they have achieved a 3rd place in the league, in the regular league season, plus a Challenge Cup final appearance for the club is already in the bank as Huddersfield look to progress. The downside of the season was the disappointing defeat against Salford in the semi-final of the playoffs. They'll be looking to put that right, even going further in the league, and in what seems to be amassing a squad that could potentially do that. We'll have to see how they go in 2023. Now we end the episode by looking at three nations that are competing in the Rugby League World Cup. Yesterday we did 3 with England's group being with France and Greece, while Samoa were the one side that hadn't named their squad yet. But yesterday they did, and it turns out that they have identified 8 grand finalists in their squad. Matt Parrish has been reinstated as the Samoa coach for this World Cup after he was ousted for poor performances in previous World Cup iterations. One little known fact that he was coach of Salford Red Devils for a spell in 2011, where unfortunately he only won 1 of his 6 games, losing 5. Parrish and his men have Doncaster to be their base for this World Cup, and the NRL Grand Finalists that are named in the squad are going to look to bolster their attempts to put in a very good challenge at the World Cup. So while Penrith and Parramatta are yet to face each other in the Grand Final, that happens today, Penrith are sending those players that are representing Samoa to train at Cantley Park alongside Doncaster Rovers Football Club, include Jerome Luai, Brian Toto, Stephen Crichton, Isaac Tago, Spencer Leniu and Tyler May. The 24-man squad also includes Eel forwards Junior Paulo and Oregon Kafusi, whilst Huddersfield's hooker Danny Levi and Catalans utility back Tyrone May will be represented in the Super League. Will represent the Super League in the squad. Then they go to battle against England on the 15th of October, which is sure to be a fantastic game against England. Group B will see another home nation, Scotland, represented, who go up against Australia, Fiji and Italy in their group. Scotland, who are coached by former Scotland international Nathan Graham, who played winger, fullback, centre, hooker and loose forward throughout his rugby league career, whether that was with Dewsbury Rams, Bradford Bulls, Featherstone Rovers, York City Knights or Batley Bulldogs. He has though named 5 new NRL players in this squad. I say NRL, more likely 5 players from Australia in his squad. So 2023 Dolphins recruit Ewan Aitken has been named in the squad, having missed the 2017 World Cup due to injury. Brisbane Broncos youngsters Logan Bayliss-Brown has been included, having represented Queensland in the state of origin in under-20s. 2022 Jersey Flag Player of the Year Bailey Haywood has been also included, having made 8 appearances for Canterbury Bulldogs in the NRL. Carl Schneider of the McCabe Cutters and Luke Bain of the Parramatta Eels have also been named. 7 players have been included who could earn their first senior caps, including Bayliss-Brown, Haywood, Snyder and Bain. Edinburgh Eagles captain Lewis Clark receives his first World Cup call-up. Lachlan Coote, Danny Addy, Callum McClelland and Canterbury Bulldogs Aaron Shupp all miss out through injury, but there's heavy Super League experience there, with Kane Lynette, Ryan Briley, Liam Hood, Sam Luckley and James Bell included in the Graham squad. And in this part of the episode, the final team that we'll talk about today is Italy Rugby League, as they are the only team in Scotland's group that has named their squad. And this year, again like last World Cup, they'll be led by their coach who got them to qualify from for the World Cup even. Leo Epifania, who is an Australian former rugby league professional footballer from the 1980s who played for New South Wales Premierships for the Western Suburbs Magpies and Illawarra Steelers. He played fullback and wing, and he also coached York in the Northern Ford Premiership back in the day. He is the general manager of the Western Suburbs Magpies in the New South Wales Cup. He was also assistant coach of the Italian National Rugby League team during the 2016 World Cup qualifiers in Europe against Serbia, Wales and Russia. He coached an Italian National Rugby League team against Malta for a draw, and then was in charge of the Italian team that played in 2018 against South Africa, and Niue in 2018 also. He then was part of the successful qualification team that got Italy to the 2021 World Cup. And this is the squad that he named for this upcoming World Cup. Gone are the days where you see a James Tedesco in the squad, but it is still full of Australian talent and players that played the game. Parramatta Eels forward Nathan Brown is one of several NRL players included in the Italy squad ahead of the World Cup. The 29-year-old has made 2 appearances for New South Wales in the state of origin in 2020, is by far the most experienced player to play in the Azori side. He's played almost 150 games in the NRL for West Tigers, South Sydney Rabbitohs and Parramatta. He qualifies for Italy through his grandmother. Melbourne Storm halfback Cooper Johns, the son of ex-Australian international Matty and nephew of the legendary Andrew Johns, has also been named. His brother Jack represented Italy in the last World Cup in 2017. Italy have named several players from the NRL yet to make their first grade debuts. Luca Moretti for the Eels, Jack Campanolo of the Rabbitohs, Cal Pickering of the Sharks, and Jack Colovati for the Eels also. Former Barrow and Featherstone prop Alex Susino, now playing for Penrith in the New South Wales Cup, has also been named. There are a number of players that selected who are currently in the British game, with Ryan King at Whitehaven, Ronaldo Palumbo at London Broncos, Dean Perata at the Broncos also, Brendan Santi, Keithley, Anton Iaria from Barrow, and Richard Lepore from Swinton. And that's it for another episode, ladies and gentlemen. Yet again, thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe and share this video worldwide, as well as clicking on that notification bell for any updates on new videos that may be coming your way. Tell me what your thoughts are of today's episode in the comment section below. There's a lot to go through. Catalans, can they move up that level now that they've got the permission to improve the stadium? Well, the first step to improve the stadium with the new stand. Ikahihifo, staying with Huddersfield Giants. Are you happy with that, Giants fans? Tell me in the comments. And also the 3 squads. Now, is that going to make the World Cup more interesting? I believe so. The Samoa squad is very strong. It's going to be a close one this year. Who's going to win it? Toss of a coin at this point. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please remember to share this video worldwide. I wish you all the best. Please stay safe, and I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you again for watching, and bye for now.